So this recipe is a wet rub snapper. So we're going to take all those ingredients that we harvested from the gardens, we're going to smash them all together and rub them over the top of our fish and then fry it. So first up, we've got our galangal. Galangal is like you could say it's very similar to ginger, it's just not as intense. So just peel the outside of that ever so slightly. You don't need to peel off a lot because it's actually all quite soft. Next up, we've got some shallots. I've just got one shallot. This could easily be an onion that's just been finely sliced. Doesn't matter actually too much because we're going to smash it up anyway. Then we've got some garlic, we've got some lemongrass that we harvested, and frozen lemongrass is just as good as fresh, so don't stress if you can only find frozen. So I just want to use the bottom parts because these top parts become pretty tough and they're not going to break down. Next we've got some chilies. These are called Sky Hot chilies, and they are literally that. One of these is probably more than enough for this recipe. Then we've got our macaroot lime, so that's that guy there. Huge amount of flavour coming out of this. We've got some coriander. I'm going to use a little bit of this for garnish over the top afterwards, but I'm going to smash the rest. Okay, so we've got all these things here ready to go into the wet paste for the snapper. So we're going to take these and we're going to smash them all up. But first in here, if you look into there, I've got some seeds of the coriander that we used earlier on. So I've actually taken some of these seeds and I'm going to cook with the seeds. And we've got some cumin seeds. So I've just lightly toasted them off, and what the toasting does is not only does it bring on a lovely nutty flavour into those seeds, it also releases the essential oils in those seeds. It's through the heating of those seeds that the essential oils come out. And once you release those essential oils, you can then smash them in a pestle and mortar. And it gives you so much more flavour than if you were to just buy ground coriander, ground cumin. Pop them into your pestle and mortar and then just pound them down into a nice fine powder. The flavour in that is intense. It's so good, you could almost just take this powder here, mix it with a little bit of sea salt, and use that as a seasoning over some lamb that you're cooking on the barbecue. So now, I would start with the harder ingredients first. Kaffir lime leaves, smash them down. Right, so that's that done. Next I'm going to go probably the lemongrass. If you've got like a blender or a food processor, you could just add it all into a food processor, blitz it all together, done. But this is so much fun. One chili, in it goes. Next we're going to go garlic. That can go in, smash that down. Right, next we've got our galangal. So you can see in there, it's starting to form a paste. Look at that. Most amazing aroma is coming out of that galangal. And the kaffir lime. Okay, smash, smash, smash. Next we're going to go, I might go the coriander now. That can go in, that's going to give you a bit of colour. Smash that down, and then finally the shallots can go in. Beauty. All done. Let me show you. So this here is a curry paste that you could then fry in a fry pan, add in some chicken, finish with some coconut cream, cook it out, and you've made your own Thai green curry from scratch with produce you've grown yourself. But for this, I'm just going to finish this off now, just a couple of other ingredients. So, in the essence of Thai cooking, sweet, sour, salt, spice. So we've got the spice through that chili. We've got the salt, and I'll go a touch more with the Thai fish sauce. We're going to go the sweet with some raw brown sugar. And the sour, I'm going to save the sour by squeezing some lemon over the finished product. Smash that through. Done. Just fantastic, got so much flavour. So, take our fish, so I've got my beautiful snapper fillets. And I'm just going to keep them in as large pieces as possible. Just makes it a lot easier when you're taking it in and out of the pan. So let me do 2 fillets here. 1 fillet, 2 fillet. Take a little bit of your wet rub and just smother it all over, just coat it all over. Hey, if you've got a bit of time and you could pop this into the fridge for an hour and allow it to marinate, all the better. But honestly, it doesn't matter if you don't. The flavour is so intense on the outside, it's going to run all the way through that fish nicely. Okay, so we take that. So now, heat up a pan. One key when you're frying fish or frying anything really is to oil what you're frying, not the pan. If you take the oil and you put it into the pan here and then you come back and take your delicious fish, you're A, going to be frying it in oil that's been burnt because it's been sitting there, and B, you've added too much oil because you've just loosely poured it in. So add the oil to the fish, not the pan. The oil that stays on that fish is all the oil you need. Nice hot pan, should get a bit of sizzle. I'm going to go rub side down because that's the side I'm going to turn up and serve. And we're going to leave the fish on that wet rub side for the entire cooking of the fish. You'll watch the fish cook. It will go from transparent to opaque. So these are just about ready. You can see you've just got a little bit of transparency on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip them over. Maybe just give them a couple of seconds on that top side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good to go. Pull them out. Lovely. Oh, delicious. That paste is fried on top. Some of it's got nice and crunchy. It's got like little burnt ends on it. Delicious. Place that down. Get this last little bit. That can go down. And these little crispy bits that are left behind, you want these because this is all part of that paste. This is all like fried garlic and fried shallots. Little crispy goodnesses. Take those, and then I've got some mint from the gardens, which you can just sprinkle over the top. A little more mint. I've got some coriander, some baby corianders. Those little baby coriander shoots. Chuck those on. And I've also got some watercress that I gathered as well. Watercress can go down. And then, as I was saying before, you'll take the lime element now, or the lemon element, squeeze that over just before you serve it. So squeeze that over, that gives you your sweet, sour, salt and spice element. And that's it. Wet rubbed snapper. Serve that with some steamed rice and it will make a fantastic meal. I love living on a lifestyle block. Not only for me, but for my family. But it does come with a huge amount of questions. And we are going to make mistakes along the way. So it's about talking to people. It's about talking to your neighbours. It's about talking to knowledgeable people, like the good people at FMG. So right now, I'm going to go catch me another one of those.